Hello, loves. How are you doing? I'm Divine Celia. Welcome in our space. I have a channeled message for you from my father. I wanted to say, I preface it with this. I am still growing. I am still learning. I'm still growing up. Let's put it like that. And I'm saying that because I still respond to people in a way that I shouldn't. You know when you get excited and you right? I am still trying to learn not to do that. So I have responded to some TikTokers with not choice words, just no. Instead of coming from a place word wise of being a little bit more gracious. But that's not me. So, you know what I mean? Okay. This is leading to when it's like you're you, but you got to change how you do particular things because of how people take them. And that's something that I've been noticing when I look at YouTubes, talking about narcissism and stuff like that and what you should do and all this kind of stuff. So here's the message. And this message has been going on for a minute. You really are going to have to discern people. Now, for some of you, your intuition is turning on and you're not believing. We had this talk though. You're not believing what you're feeling. Believe it. I know it may be far-fetched, but if you have readers or you yourself is backing it up, believe it. Believe it. If it's stuff about the old person and the third party stuff, believe it. You don't know how deep that runs and how deep that actually goes. And it goes into the cosmic. When you really find out the truth behind the energy exchange, you're going to have to look at it a different way. Same premise, different perception. You're going to have to step back and really, you can't see it if you keep putting yourself in a small space. Understand that accepting the greatness of you is not egotistical. It is not arrogance, and it is not narcissism. Now, if you parade it around in people's face and you doing all this and stuff, that is. But if it's just a matter of you sitting in your peace and you know how great you are and can be and how great your potential is, that's not ego. So if people are running after you, telling you you have ego because you refuse to lower yourself, get your ass gone from them. They're just mad because they're not as important as they fucking thought they were. See, this is what I'm talking about. I ain't grown up a lot yet. Not in my words. So I don't have the bullshit for it. I don't. And I really don't give a fuck about saving people's feelings when you sit up and get shit wrong. So that was a talk. That was a video. And I understood what she was saying. But it was a video about romantic love and how we've been taught to see love. And she's right about that. We've been taught that love is everything, but love is fucking everything. Not romantic love, though. So this is the big thing that's coming up. Okay, y'all. Okay. Some of you are noticing you have an inner partner within you. If you're a Gemini, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about because we're twins. And we, Geminis, are our own partner. Our light and dark is our own partner. That's why we feel more whole than other people, because we are our own partner. We complete ourselves. We do. Now, with that being said, some of us have to fall in love with ourselves. There's a question, if God, follow me, if God didn't have the ego of what happened in Eden, some of y'all can say that that's wrong. I don't care. He had ego. He created humans to serve him. Yes, he wanted to give, but he also wanted to receive servitude in return. Okay. Um, I mean, even just woken up now. But that story is deeper than that and different than what you think. Anyway, we're going to leave that alone. My point is, if God didn't have ego, this was before the Garden of Eden, when he cast down Satan because Satan wouldn't play a chord. Because Satan told him it was not the right time to play that chord because they were at war. Did you know that? And Satan, God wanted Satan to play the chord to let everyone know how great he was. And Satan was like, we're at war. We're fighting. We don't have time to do that. It was cast down. Now, say if God didn't do that and God had listened to Satan, there'd be no split, huh? There wouldn't be any Satan the way that you know it, or a devil, or whatever you want to call it, but they're two separate beings. They're not the same. I want you to understand that. Devil and Satan's are not the same. So, if God didn't have ego, again, there would be no split. There would be no split where God dwells in here. There would be no light and dark. There would be no need for a balance because it would already be. Now, we've been through our crucifixion. Now we're getting to our godhood. Now, we have to rejoin the two halves into one whole. So when you have a part of yourself that's calling out for you and that's in love with you and you're like, whoa, what is this I'm feeling in me that loves me? For some of you, that's you calling you. Why can't you fall in love with you? What is wrong with that? What is wrong with being in love with you? See, sometimes we go through our journeys so we can fall in love with ourselves again, like we were when we were children. For some of us, for the children that weren't traumatized to a great extent. Before everyone else wanted to tell us what we were, we loved who we were. We were natural in our state. So, my loves, the message is don't be afraid to fall in love with yourself. Discern. I told you about the illusionary energy, but discern who is stepping into your energy. Jen are real active right now. They're masters of illusion, and they're real active right now. And you don't know. You have to discern and know. If your soulmate's calling you, if you have no contact, you have to discern and know what is messing with you. You have to discern and know if it's your intuition. And that's what you're being called right now. Fall in love with yourself. Know thyself. No skate ipsum. Know thyself. To thine own self be true. To thine own self thou must know. All any other versions. Know thyself. Love thyself. Okay? And discern what energies, but trust thyself. Believe in and believe thyself. And you use your solar plexus to find that out. You will know solar plexus, heart space, third eye. You will know. Those three must be in alignment for that truth to be true. If your stomach and or solar plexus rather, is feeling funny and it don't sit right, and something as you meditate and you're like, this ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. You must discern the lie. It is getting harder to tell and harder to feel for some of you. And this is dangerous for the chosen. You must discern what is true for you and what is not. And those of you who are manifesting things like that, be careful of what thy speaks. Do you understand me? We're going to do a part 2. All right, loves.